Hi, it's Rich Pasquarelli from MVP Realty. Now, you may or may not know, but I'm really into home automation, and I'm probably a little late on this kind of automation, but I finally did it, and it came today. So let's find out what I got in this box. So I wanted to wait until you were here with me to pull this out. I finally got a robot vacuum cleaner. One of my least favorite jobs is vacuuming, and this I think is going to help me get things done, especially get underneath the bed and into those little nooks and crannies. So I went out and got this one. Now, I did a lot of different research on different ones, and obviously I wanted something that was going to be pick up the dirt, because that's what it's here for. But I also wanted to be able to have something that was going to first of all be a price conscious. Some of these vacuum cleaners you can pay up to $1,200 for, and they'll mop the floor for you, and they'll do all of these different things. Well, I don't need the mopping, and I have a wood floor, so it's not like I have a lot of carpet that has to get deep cleaning out. I don't have any pets, so I didn't have to worry too much about going too crazy on it. But I did want to get something that was going to pick up the dirt and also have a good automation that I could control with the Amazon Echo that we have, and to be able to set when we wanted it to operate, pick a room, all those different things. So I picked this one here. This is the Roborock S4 Max. It's a newer one out, but it doesn't have the mopping capability, so I was able to save a lot of money there. And I did like this because it does have a lot of suction power. They measure that in pascals, and this has 2,000. This may not be quite as much as some of the $1,200 machines, but it's plenty for my flat wood floors with no pets and kids. So we'll just take this out if I can. Oh. Okay, so let's see, we have to cut this here. And there we go. Okay. So this has the charging cable, a little HEPA filter, which is a washable HEPA filter, so that's going to be good. And some directions. I don't know if we need that. Yeah. We'll figure it out. And here is the vacuum robot that I think I'm going to name Rosie. If anybody remembers the Jetsons from when you were a little younger, Rosie was their robot maid, so we will probably go with that on this one here. I'm probably not the first one to think of that, so it's not like I'm stealing it. Let's see, okay. And we have the charging station. So now, the other reason why I went with this one is that it's got a pretty good sized battery. It's a 5,800 milliamp hour battery, and on the lowest setting that should allow this to run for about 180 minutes, which is probably enough to do my whole house. So, but if it isn't, if it's not enough, this has a feature that they call return and resume. So if it's running low on power, it's going to return back to the charging station and charge up, and then it remembers where it left off, so it'll go back there and it'll finish. So that's a real kind of a neat thing. This has 4 different power settings, all the way up to max if you have, maybe you have a little party and there's some crumbs on the ground and on the floor and you want to get those picked up. So this will do it, but I'm kind of thinking just a normal vacuuming for us is going to be very good. It's got a nice matte finish on it, so it not going to see fingerprints and all that other kind of thing. It has, let's see here, it has a combination rubber and brush roller that is replaceable, so if need be you can always get a new one and you don't have to send it to a shop to be repaired. And the click. Okay. And might need those instructions after all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this all set up, and I have to get the app downloaded onto my phone, and then we will see how it works. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up, and give me a comment on the bottom. Let me know, do you have a robot vacuum cleaner? Do you like yours? I mean, this is going to be all new for us, and I know Terry is going to just love having this thing zooming around the house when she's trying to make a phone call. So we will see you in a few. Okay, well, we've had Rosie, the vacuum cleaner, going for a couple of days, and she was able to, map out the house. But what was pretty kind of funny is that, I found a good spot for her, which is underneath this table, and it fit perfectly, and it's not out in the open. We go out and we show homes, and there's a lot of homes that have the robots, and they're usually right in the middle of the living room or someplace right out there, and I didn't really want to have the robot sitting, right out in the open. It just didn't look good to me. So I found this perfect spot for it, and she really likes it under there. She knows how to get underneath it, and she knows, where her little charging station is, and she, perfect spot. So that was very good. Well, what was funny is that the first night that we got it, we put it underneath there and we put it on the charging station, and I figured that, until I tell her to start, she wasn't going to start. She was just going to sit there and charge up. So we're sitting out in the family room watching TV, and all of a sudden I start seeing something coming out of the bedroom, and here she comes. She was in there vacuuming for about 20 minutes. We didn't hear her, so that goes to show how quiet they are, which is really good. So she started to come out, and I said, "Oh, no, go back in, because we're not going to start this now." So, we sent her back to her docking station, and she turned around and went back in, found her little docking station, and stayed there overnight. And then the next morning, when I was actually ready for her, we sent her on her way, and she started to finish mapping out the entire house. And she did a very good job of doing that. Because the first time I did it, I put it on a little higher than the lowest setting. So she was not able to do the entire house. She got down to about 20% of battery power and said, "I'm going back for a rest." So she goes back to her docking station, and she stayed there. Now we had to go out. So I figured, well, she'll finish after she charges up enough. And sure enough, we were out and she decided to finish. And that was the only time she got stuck, when no one was here to save her. So she got stuck on the tracks of the sliding glass doors. So when, I got a little notice on my phone telling me that Rosie's stuck. So I said, oh, okay. So we'll find out where she is when we get home. I was surprised to see that. So we get home, and sure enough, she got stuck in the track. So I was able to pick her up and put her down. And she did, when she got stuck, she turned herself off. She waited for help. She didn't sit there and spin and wear herself out or break anything or do anything like that. So that was good. I just took her out, put her on her way. She was a little disoriented at first, and then she just finished up and then went back to the docking station. So now I'm going to show you the map that she did of the house and how I'm able to overcome those little obstacles that we don't want her to go near, like the glass sliding door and that type of thing. So let me show you the map. Okay, so here's the map. After the robot vacuum cleaner went throughout the entire house, it mapped all different parts of the house. And after it did that, I was able to go in and separate the different rooms so that we can name them, all the different rooms. And then this way here, I can go back in and have it just vacuum a certain room. I can make a schedule. So if you wanted it to vacuum, let's say the kitchen every day, it can go in there and vacuum the kitchen every day. And then if you want to do the whole house, you can do the whole house. So you can either have a schedule, you can have it do it manually, just do a particular room. And remember when I said it did get stuck once, it got stuck in the track of the sliding doors. So what I was able to do is, you see these red lines over here, I was able to put in a little imaginary wall or a invisible wall. So it won't get stuck in that track again, because it's going to come up against the wall and it's going to not go there. I was also able to, down here, when we mapped the house, we had this door closed off to another room. Well, now I don't have to worry about that, because I put an invisible wall there, so it's not going to go into that room even if the door is open. So these little areas, these little invisible walls, will keep the robot from going past that. So if there's any kind of an obstruction or anything that it might get caught on, you can just put that wall there so it's not going to go past that area. You can even make a zone. So if there was a part of your house or something at your house that you didn't want it to go near, you can just have the zone and just block it out and resize it and shape it and put it where you want, and then it will never go into that area. So it's pretty smart. It has a lot of options for the map, and so I'm pretty happy with this part of the mapping routines. It's very smart. Okay, so that was the map part about it. So, and I guess to cap off the review, I'm really pleased with her. I'm sure she's going to be able to do the entire house on one charge if she's not trying to map the whole place. And I was happy that it was able to fit where I wanted it to. She cleans really, really well. I was able to empty her little trash bin a couple of times, and I was very impressed by the amount of dust that she was able to pick up. So I have her set on doing schedules unless we want her to clean the whole house when we're not around. So the whole purchase was really good. I was able to get it for under $400. It lists for over $600. So it's a very good price for a vacuum that's going to do a great job. She went over rugs. When she went over the rugs, her power went up high, and she was able to clean the rugs a little more. She was able to go up. Our rug is probably, maybe close to a half inch or more, and she climbed that without any problems whatsoever. So again, if you're interested in this, I'm leaving a link below. Click that link, bring you right over to the Amazon site, and you can get that great buy over there. Well, thanks a lot. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And put on the notifications so when I do another video of stuff that's going on either in Naples or I'm going to do some more reviews on some household items that we use around here. Maybe you'll find that helpful to you, I hope. And we'll see you in the next time. Thanks.